Hey guys, this is Ilya with TWRAPS, and today I'll be showing you how to install the window tint on the Cadillac LYRIQ. Now before you begin, I recommend that you clean the windows thoroughly, because one of the biggest risks with installing window tint is that you will have some dirt left under it and you always see it. So I recommend you get a big spray bottle. We provide you with a small one. You can technically do it with a small one. It's not feasible for us to ship you something this big. If you have a bigger one, use it. Mix soap, liquid soap with water, about 1:15 ratio. And let's begin. We'll also provide rubber squeegee and a plastic squeegee. I will secure this area so that we don't make all of these controls and interior wet. So the easiest improvised way to do that is to just grab a couple of trash bags and masking tape. Okay, now that my door is secure, let's clean it. I'll use the rubber squeegee. Now, make sure you go behind that wet strip. This is pretty much the trickiest part of the install. Now that the window is clean, we'll prepare the tint and proceed with the installation. There will be a few specifics, so stay with us. But before I do that, I need to turn the car on and lower the window by about 1 inch. Okay, so I lowered the window just a little bit. And actually, before proceeding further, I'll clean it on this side. I noticed that this window is rather dirty on this side as well. I'll clean it on this side just so that I have a clear idea of how my installation is going, whether I have some water or dirt. You may also want to use a microfiber if your windows are very dirty, or whatever else you need. Just make sure that they're clean. Also, once I lowered it, I'll clean the top edge as well. And now I'll spray the whole window in preparation for the actual installation. And now let me show you what to do with the film. I positioned the film on the hood for easier handling. I'll spray it on top with the soapy water, and then I'll peel off. And by the way, notice the letter P. This indicates the passenger side. Now, because this is a framed window, there is a trick to this installation. We will not peel off the entire film in advance. I leave about 5 or so inches to the bottom that are still on the backing tape. So I'll just grab this. I'll respray the window. We want this to be as wet as possible. Now here is one of the more tricky parts to this installation. Have your plastic squeegee ready for this one. And what you want to do is open the film and position along the top edge. If it's not sliding smoothly, you may want to respray the film or to add more soap to your solution. before I continue, I'll check both sides. For instance, I see that on this side it was overlapping too much, and I'll check on this side. It looks fine. It looks fine. And now I'll use the plastic squeegee to start removing the water. Once I get most of it out, most of the water out, I'll use the rubber squeegee, because the rubber one bends over the shape of the window better, so it can take more. But if you start with it, you may mess up the film. Make sure to tuck in the squeegee. You can use the plastic one, the plastic part of it. Put it in here, get the film all the way to the end. And now, for the next step, I'll roll the window back up to finish the installation. Right. You would need the spray bottle, because remember, we didn't spray all of the film. And you also want to spray the film on top so that the squeegee glides smoothly over the film. Now let's position this very carefully so we don't damage the film itself. And I realize that this is a tricky installation, so we'll be providing you with 2 sets of this film, so you can do it twice. The first time to learn how to do it, and the second time to achieve that perfect installation. Also notice there is a additional smaller weather strip in there, so once the film goes all the way to the bottom, you would want the plastic part of the squeegee to go under that weather strip and then go like this, so that the film is also tucked under that weather strip. Okay, so we have the initial positioning and squeegeeing. Now let's use the rubber squeegee again to start really getting rid of the water and finalizing the whole thing. I'll respray the film. And now I'm applying a lot of pressure here because I want to take out as much water as I can. Now, all that is left is to finish the edges, where I'm getting these fingers. I don't know if you can see them on the video. They're like little strips of the film that are lifting up. They're called fingers in UPF and window tinting language, and they happen because of pressure. There are multiple ways to deal with them, so let's see if I can just be persistent with the squeegeeing, and the water will eventually get out and they will eventually stick. If they don't for you, you can use a heat gun or a hair dryer to warm up the film, and that will allow you to stick it. So notice I'm applying a lot of pressure here with the squeegee, because the reason this is happening, there are 2 reasons to it. One is that there is pressure because there is a little bit of a curve to the window, and we didn't pre-shrink the film. And the other reason is that there is soapy water preventing the film from sticking. I think I'll benefit a little bit of heat gun. I'll grab mine and show you what happens. As you can see, the heat gun little by little eliminates these. Again, you can use a hair dryer. It might take a little longer, but it will do the same job. One other trick, if you don't want to be wasting too much time with this, is to just leave it for an hour, come back, push it, and keep doing that until that water evaporates and the film eventually sticks. I'll try one more thing, because I see the film is picking up the water from the weather strip. Let me see if we can soak some of it. So I'll just put the squeegee inside the microfiber. And I'll squeegee like this, so that when I get the water from under the film, hopefully it soaks onto the microfiber instead of returning right back under the film. That mostly did the trick. I have a little bit left. And I'll probably finish this with the heat gun. And there you have it. Big window is done. Now I'll do the small one, which is a lot easier, obviously. It follows the exact same steps, but I'll just spray the small film. No need to spray the whole window here. Position it and get the water out. And there you have it. For the record, this is 50% Avery Dennison film. Thanks for watching.